Solinco has a new string in town. Now, this is going to be my review of the Solinco Mach-10 string that came out earlier this month in March of 2025. So, the big thing about Mach-10 is that Solinco wanted this to be probably the best combination of their three main strings, Hyper-G, Torbite, and Confidential. So what Solinco did with this string is that they designed it to be, like I said, the best combination of all of them, but still having a little bit of a different feel to give it that just edge on its own. So that way you could tell you're really playing with Mach 10 besides just looking at the color of it. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Brody Taylor. I have been working in a tennis retail store for the past 7+ years, as well as I do have my MRT certification, which stands for Master Racquet Technician, which is essentially just a fancy way of saying that I took a test here in the United States that makes me, and I passed it, which let me be part of one of, I think, like 650 MRTs in the world that lets us help to understand rackets, strings, and how they're going to affect your play style when you actually use them. So, getting more into Mach 10, the big thing, as you can probably guess, because it's a Solinco string and it's taking the world by storm, is that this is a polyester string. Polyester is probably the most common string that is out there right now. You probably see it used the most just because it can be a little bit less expensive, as well as it is designed to be very helpful with spin, very helpful with control. So with this new Mach 10 string, Solinco wanted to do something a little bit different to combine their three main strings, like I said, Hyper-G, Torbite, and Confidential. So the big thing that Mach 10 helps with is going to be power and comfort. Now, usually, this is right here where the weirdness starts to take place, where people are like, what are you talking about? Because polyesters typically are the strings that are going to be the hardest on your arm and potentially cause tennis elbow the most, just because they do not usually focus on comfort. That's usually where multi-filaments come in. That's where natural gut comes in. But Solinco was like, no, no, no. Mach 10 is going to be different. And the way that Mach 10 does this is with the cloud form technology. So this was a new way of designing and creating the Mach 10 string to focus more on comfort rather than being very stiff and being very hard on the player's arm. Now, this string, weirdly enough, if you didn't know, it does actually have sides to it, which is weird but cool. And let me explain why. So usually most polyester strings that you think of that are a little bit more arm friendly and they are a little bit more powerful, those are round circular strings. Think of Yonex Polytour Pro, think of Technofiber Ice Code, or even Luxilon ALU Power. Those are round circular polyester strings, and they are designed to be a little bit more powerful and have a lot of nice feel to them. Mach 10, on the other hand, actually has sides to it. If I remember right, and I may be wrong off the top of my head, but I think Mach 10 has 6 sides to it, almost like Headlink's Tour. So not only are you getting a power and comfort string in a polyester that's designed to give you more control, but you also have the sides to help give you the spin that most other softer polyester strings do not have. And this is just Mach 10 as its regular version. Solinco does also make softer versions of strings like Hyper-G Soft or Torbite Soft, but Mach 10, they didn't need to do that because with the cloud form technology, they made it soft on its own. Now, that's all just me talking about it. So let's head to the court so you can actually see a little bit of Mach 10 in action.
So now that we're out on court with Solinco Mach-10, here's what I gotta say about it after hitting with it. I would say that overall, with the first hour or two, it did take the string a little bit of time to settle in, but once it did, this string felt very nice to play with. Not only was it very easy on my arm, helping to prevent shock and vibration, just like the cloud form technology is going to allow it to do, but it also felt great control-wise. Having those extra sides on the actual string itself rather than being circular and just being nothing but power really helped in when I was trying to put a lot more topspin, whether it be on my backhand or my forehand or that slice across the court. I not only had an extreme amount of spin to make sure that I was good and could cover everywhere, but also I could control the ball when I was coming up to the net and volleying to put it away just like that. Definitely give Mach 10 a try if you want that easier on your arm string that's going to have good spin, just so that way you can test it, see if it's going to work for you, and enjoy the game even more.
So now that we're back from the court with the Solinco Mach-10 after playing with it, here's my final thoughts on the string. I think if you are someone that has had tennis elbow or you're wanting to help prevent tennis elbow, maybe you're trying to recover, then Mach-10 may be something for you to try, but you do have to be very careful with the tension that you put it at as well as the racket that you're using. Solinco recommends that Mach-10 is usually strung between 40 to 50 pounds in order to get the most playability and get the most lifetime characteristics out of the string. I personally went a little bit higher than that just because that's what I was used to in the string, and I personally didn't have any problems with it on my arm. So it is something definitely to note or just to try, especially if you want a softer string that is going to give you a lot more access to spin. So overall, I would say Mach-10, it's a great addition to the Solinco lineup. I'm excited to see who all ends up playing with it. I know some of the pros have already switched to it. I don't remember who his exact name is. I want to say it's Brooksby, but I think I'm wrong. Don't quote me on it. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But I think it's Jensen Brooksby. I'm not sure. That's my guess. Anyway, Mach-10, it's here to stay. It's new from Solinco, so I definitely would say to give it a try just to see what you think, especially if you want a polyester that is going to be easier on your arm and a good combination between both Confidential, Hyper-G, and Torbite in order to give you a great all-around feel in your actual tennis racket. So, with that being said, if you like the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below if you've got to try Mach-10 yet, or if you're just curious, what in the world is Solinco going on about? Is this actually worth trying? Let me know. Let me know what you think about it, as well as subscribe to the channel so we can grow this channel. Get the information out there from the people that have it to the people that need it. There's a lot of misinformation in the tennis community, so I took it upon myself to make this channel so that we can get rid of that and just enjoy the game of tennis that we all love so much more without having to worry about injury from our gear. So, with that being said, as always, take care.